So today is a very interesting day. We are on our way to Torquay. It's down south from where I live. It's about a 3-hour drive. We're going to a really nice resort. Well, it looks really nice anyway. Come with me. Let me show you what we get up to in our week of stay there.
So on the journey, we had a few snacks and the wife made a beautiful chicken biryani with full of butter.
So, alright guys, so we finally made it. We left for about 9:30. We got here for about 3. We did have a few service stops. And there was a lot of traffic, hence why we got here a little bit later than we initially thought. But nevertheless, we are here. Let me show you our room. So we are staying at number 124. Get our own little key card. And here it is. Nice, cozy room. This is a toilet / shower. Again, not too fancy. Just a nice bathroom and shower. So we're staying at the TLH Derwant Hotel. We're staying here for 3 nights, and hopefully we're gonna get up to quite a bit of things, well, as much as we can with the kids. So stick with me and let's see what we get up to.
So first off, let me show you the main reception. So this is where you're greeted. And in the same area, you have the Derwant restaurant where you have your lunch, dinner and breakfast. But I'll come back to this. And down the hall you have the Starlight Lounge, and this is where all the events take place. But again, I'll come back to this. There's also a shop in the hotel as well where you can get all your souvenirs, items for the swim pools, clothing, food, snacks. But what really attracted me to this place was that there are multiple pools. 2 that are indoor, 1 is heated and the other is not, and there is another outdoor pool which I'll get to in a sec. We then found ourselves at the Aztec Bistro where they sold hot and cold food and drinks. Also had live performances. This is the other outdoor pool I was talking about. So here you have a adult pool and a kids pool as well. And as you can see, it's just a nice area just to chill out and hang out. You can get yourself a nice hot brew while the kids knacker themselves out with the outdoor playground. And trust me, there are plenty of things to do for the kids. As you can see, the kids will not get bored here at all. And I thought this was a secret room, which is called the Aztec Games, because this was in the basement. And as you can see, there are plenty of games around here. But what really surprised me was that there was a soft play area for the kids, and it was absolutely fantastic for the kids. This was a great way to get all the energy out from the kids. Yes, they also had a bowling alley as well. We then headed back to the Aztec Bistro and got ourselves a cappuccino and a fully creamed out hot chocolate, which was delicious. And a vacation won't be complete without getting some sort of spa treatment. Now this spa was situated within the hotel, and I must say, first impressions, it not only looked the part, but my feet massage was fantastic. FYI, hotel residents get 15% off. There was also the Aztec gym, and it had all the equipment that you would need, but you do have to pay per session. So let's explore outside the hotel. Now there are so many shops just outside the hotel within walking distance. You don't actually need to go to the actual town to get any sort of essentials. You've got convenience stores, you've got food stores, you've got takeaways, there's an endless amount of fish and chip shops. And I was actually quite surprised with the amount of halal restaurants and takeaways that are within walking distance of the hotel. Kebab Revolution is somewhere that I'll come back to. But we did head out to town and we found a place called Aroma Grill for our evening meal. Here we got a cheeseburger and a lamb kebab roll, or I thought it was a lamb kebab roll, but it turned out to be a patty that was cut into pieces and was stuffed in a roll, and the pieces were very, very thick. This one's gonna get another bite. The next morning we had breakfast at the Derwant restaurant. There was quite a bit of a selection of items that you can have. You've had your normal staple English breakfast, and you've also had like cereals and Weetabix, and there's also fresh juice on the menu too. Now obviously, because we are Muslims, we can't have sausages, so with a request you can get vegetarian sausages, which was a nice little thing to have. We then wanted to explore the Torquay beach, so we headed out. The beach is about a 10-minute walk from the hotel, The views here was stunning. A perfect place to enjoy a stroll and admire the surroundings. Fellas, bring your wife here if you really want to wow her. Before we even got to the beach, there was an ice cream shop and my son went crazy. So we had the opportunity to taste Torquay's ice cream. And as you can see, there was a huge selection of ice cream to choose from. They even had ice cream for dogs. Walking alongside the pier, there were different restaurants and they also had an abundance of fish and chips. If you're into your West End and live performances, then Princess Theatre has you covered. We also booked a ferry ride to Brixham, which I'll come to in a second. There was also activities like water sports at the Torquay Marina. I've never seen so many boats as many as I've seen here. One day you'll see my boat parked up here. Yeah, maybe not. We then headed out to the beach and my son started to build a sandcastle. We dug a hole and then my son wanted to fill it up with water. When you're at the beach, you have to try the fish and chips, so we decided to stop at the local fish and chips and we got ourselves a fresh codfish. I know this was fresh because when I took the first bite, it literally just melted in my mouth. The batter on the outside was delicious and then the fish inside was soft and flaky. This was defos a shell. There was also the London Eye, the Torquay Ferris wheel. There was also a mini theme park where there was all different sorts of rides.
We're about to go on the ferry ride with loads of people. So we're going to go and see Brixton. We're going to spend some time there.
So this was the boat that was going to take us to Brixham. So Brixham is a coastal town and known for its charming fishing heritage and picturesque harbour. We did a bit of sightseeing, went into a few shops, got a few sweets. What Brixham is known for is its famous fishing industry. So I grabbed myself a net and some bait and went crabbing.
So I'm going to do crabbing for the first time. I've got my net, bait, looks like a part of jellyfish. Let's see if I can grab some crabs. Bait.
So I grabbed the bait and shoved it into a net and dropped it down. Hoping I was first time lucky, but I wasn't. It was a few attempts, but I managed to get not only crabs, but I also got a fish as well. I was so gassed and so happy. My initial thought was, that's it, my dinner is sorted for tonight, but I thought, no, I'm going to have to let these guys go. We then did a bit more sightseeing, and then we bumped into Captain Jack Sparrow's dad. Yes, you heard right, Captain Jack Sparrow's dad. His ship was parked up right alongside the bay, and let me introduce you to him.
How you doing, good folks? You're having a grand time, I mean. Toby, how are you doing?
Oh no.
I'm going to stand back on that. I tell you what, that's the smallest camera I've been spotted.
Well, Brixham is definitely a vibrant, picturesque place you will have to visit if you're in the Torquay area. For an evening meal, I was feeling some Bengali cuisine, so I found a very rare, traditional, authentic Bengali and Indian cuisine. I was actually gobsmacked that I actually found this place because there's not many Bengali places or even Indian places around the area that we were staying. So as you can see, the menu is huganimous. I was hoping that they have some traditional fish dishes like maspirans, your gualmas, ilishamas, but unfortunately they didn't. So inside they had a very traditional theme going on and they even had a fish tank with some exotic fishes. These were not on the menu, by the way. So I went with the Nawabi, which is a combination of chicken tikka, lamb tikka, sheikh kebab, tandoori chicken and king prawn. That's all your favorite proteins in one curry dish. We also got a lamb curry as well. And just on the side we got a cheesy naan bread with some poppadoms. Even though I've never had all proteins in one curry dish, I was actually very surprised with the Nawabi. I actually really enjoyed having everything all in one. The food here was really nice. If you're looking for an Indian place in Torquay, then you gotta check this place out. This place is gonna get a shell. The next morning we headed to the Fleet Walk shopping centre. And here's a quick walkthrough of some of the shops that you have in this shopping centre. There's an endless amount of shops and stores in this area. I probably covered about 10-15% of it. But if you're really feeling lazy, then you can just hop onto a train and it will show you Torquay town. But unfortunately for me, we stumbled upon my wife's favourite shop.
Guys, why is it that women love to shop at Primark when there's a perfectly good Primark near to where we live, literally like 5 minutes away? I will never know the fascination with Primark, with women especially. Let me know if you guys know why.
We then made a swift exit out of Primark and into an amusement centre. My son was loving this game that shoots actual water to kill dinosaurs. Not gonna lie, I was actually enjoying it myself too.
So apparently guys, just 5 minutes away from a hotel, there's supposed to be a banging kebab place called Kebab Revolution, and I've seen a few people go to this on social media when they're in Torquay, and I've heard that they do some amazing kebabs and amazing food. So I can't wait for this one. Let's see if this one is gonna get a shiela or is gonna get another bite.
So from here I got a Berlin doner kebab, which is a mixed beef and chicken doner meat, cooked in vegetables, feta cheese and a choice of salad and sauces. If you love your German doner kebab, then you're gonna love this place. The first bite was just so delicious. The bread was nice and soft. Everything was just infused together and it was absolutely amazing. Even the kebab slice was so delicious and soft, just what I needed today. They also gave a free pistachio baklava on the house, which was also delicious. Without a doubt, this place deserves a shiela. Back in the hotel, they had an animal showing where they showed off different animals and insects. This was the first time my son was interacting with animals. There were also some creepy crawlers and one of them actually dropped on the floor and I thought this is when I need to leg it. But thankfully he found it and that was panic over. But there are also some other creepy crawlers on show as well. And my son was very fascinated with them all. But weirdly, my wife was nowhere to be seen. And that is the end of our stay at TLH Derwant Hotel in Torquay. Overall, we had an amazing time. It was a resort, so everything was all in place. So we didn't really have to go out if we didn't want to. But when you did, the beach was really beautiful. Me and my family, especially the kids, absolutely loved it. I recommend adding Torquay to your bucket list if you haven't done already. But that's everything from me. Thanks for watching.